Hi guys, welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be making Wei Wuxian from Modao Zushi, or Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation. Super excited for this one. Finally, another BL couple that I'm making. I'm currently reading volume 1 for this novel series so far, and it's going really good. Starting off right here, we have one pair of legs, and the bottom part of his shoes is black, and I believe he's wearing like black boots. So I went ahead and created this black layer that goes all the way to the top. And currently I am stopping on round 12 right here for this one. And here I am currently making a first layer. This is going to be called skirt 1 in case you want to reference it to my notes on Ko-fi so you can follow along. This is currently the first layer because I'm still experimenting with how long I want the length to be, but I'm going to be putting on the skirt just like this for round 13. So I'm going to place it on like this and then like do rounds 14 next, which hopefully adds on another layer. They have like all these layers in like Chinese character designs. It's a lot of layers, so I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do this simply without overcomplicating it. And I'm using Classic Gray by Impeccable for the skirt 1. Okay, so I'm back with another quick update just to show you guys that I have attached on this gray skirt number 1 to round 13. And before I single crocheted it together, I actually had a black yarn right here. Switched it out to dark charcoal to create round 14. Another skirt layer, skirt number 2, and then place it right on top of this skirt layer and attach it to round 14. So here's currently what it looks like. I haven't closed off the skirt yet. Yeah, there it is. And I think we're doing okay. Be back with the next update. Okay, so here's what the skirt looks like once it's both attached on. So I think I did a pretty good job of like figuring it out how to add on double layers to get this opening. You know what I mean? I always have trouble when it's like multiple layers like this. Really glad I figured out something. And here is what it looks like. So this one is attached to round 13. This one is attached to round 14. And there you go. 2 layers around. Wow, that is so cool. And now I will be going ahead and finishing up the rest of the base body. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back with another update, finished the full body, and here is the outfit so far. I showed you the layer earlier. We continue on with the rest of the outfit in dark charcoal, and I did some color changes right here with skin, because he does have a bit of a chest, and there's also some like red layers underneath with some other colors, which I'll probably be adding on later. Then we move on to the head, which is all in skin color, which is Magnolia Way skin. I'm giving him black rounded corner eyes because I think in this series he would be considered the bottom, I think. And he's a really playful character too. He likes to joke around and like have fun, and like he likes to be playful and tease the top. So he's really mischievous. And the iris is classic gray. I believe his eyes are more grayish and purple-ish, but I'm choosing gray to keep it simple. And yeah, this is the current update so far. There we have it. Hi guys, I'm back with the next update. I have just completed the body. To quickly go over this, I am starting this off with the arms over here. So I use skin for this and I switched it up to dark charcoal. In my notes, I actually drafted out using black sleeve because the inner layer, I believe he's wearing black, and I kind of made a mistake and I forgot to change it to black. So yeah, this progress vlog has been not so smooth in the making. I've been making more mistakes than usual, but yeah, it's supposed to be black. I'm just leaving it as dark charcoal just because I'm kind of tired right now, so we're gonna leave it as is. The sleeves also cover it too, so it's okay whether you choose a different color or not. But yeah, I'm gonna leave black for my notes for the sleeves, and both arms are pretty much the same. Next part we're moving on is this layer right here. I'm calling it the bottom of the shirt. I think he has like an extra layer that's supposed to be on top of the skirt. So it's like you have this one layer here and it's supposed to be another layer on top that's separate. And so the bottom of the shirt is in dark charcoal. Lastly, I just simply took my pale gray yarn and I glued on at the edges over here on both sides to create like the little shirt opening at the bottom. Next, I took my black yarn, I chained it, placed it directly on top of the bottom of the shirt. I sewed it on. Then I took my fire red yarn, tried to glue it on top of the black chains to create the little ribbon red details. And now lastly, we're moving up to the details where the neck area is. And you can see there's like multiple different colors to represent the different layers that he's wearing. I'm gonna call it the collar. So like this black yarn right here, that's gonna be called the collar. And then we have some fire red yarn, which is glued on the inside of the neck area. and it's also wrapped around the head. And then below that I have pale gray, which I glued directly beneath it to represent the layers of the shirt. Now hopefully that makes sense. But yeah, this is what it looks like so far, and I love the little details. Adding different colored yarn gives it more depth, and it makes him look like he's wearing multiple layers when he's really not. And here is the back side and what that looks like. Not too complicated, I think. And I'm really happy with how it's turning out so far. Here I have a couple of sleeves that's going to be going over the arms. I used dark charcoal to create both of the sleeves. Then I took my fire red yarn and glued it right above round 1 and in between round 1 and round 2, just to represent the little details of the design on the sleeves. Now I'm just gonna quickly put on this sleeve and see what this looks like. And so there you go. That's why I think the inner sleeves of the arms don't really matter that much, but if you wanted to kind of keep it accurate to what the character design looks like, then yeah, go ahead and make like the inner sleeves black. But the outer sleeves, which are removable, I'm just gonna keep them the same since it covers the inner sleeves anyway. No big deal. But yeah, this is the outfit so far, and we're pretty much going to be moving on to the hair next. And what do you guys think of the simplified version of the outfit so far? I think it's pretty good. It's good enough for me. There are also some red details like along here, but I don't really think I need to put it, and it's also inside of the sleeve as well. I think I am happy with the way it looks so far, and I'm gonna be back with the next update for the hair. Second to last update. So this is gonna be a little bit hard to explain since the hair pieces are dark and it's really hard to see, but I'm gonna go ahead and try to do my best over here. We're gonna start off with, I guess, maybe these two little slip stitch strands right here. They're really thin, long strands because this dude has like little bit of hair that like goes downwards beneath his chest area, so yeah, it's pretty long. And I'm just giving two of them, one on this side and then one on the other side. It's placed on the very bottom round of the hair cap, and hopefully I mentioned it before, the hair cap is black with 4 inner rounds and 4 outer rounds. Next will be a reference to my Nikki hair tutorial pattern, which if you don't already have and you want to create the same type of hairstyles that I do using these shapes, links are in the description box below. And so I'm using 8 chain right here. It's like this little triangle piece on this side, which is on the last bottom round of the hair cap. Next, we're following up with another 8 chain right here, and then here is also another 8 chain placed this way. As you can see, on the front side, you can tell like there's this little strand poking out from the 8 chain. His hair is kind of messy. He has strands that are flaring out on both sides of his head as well as on top too. Moving on right here, this one is right above the eye. It's another 8 chain. This one right here is a 12 chain that's bent down. So there you go. Here's what that looks like. I just kind of bent like the bottom part of it to create like a certain type of bent shape look. And the one next to that is also a 12 chain that's also bent as well. I left a little bit of forehead gap on this side. And as for the hair, I'm actually using a Nendroid reference for the hair just because the way they do it is a lot simpler and I like how it looks. And now moving on to this side, we have another 8 chain. And here is the slip stitch strand. Going over here is another 8 chain right next to it. Moving back up, we have a 12 chain strand, and I try to leave like a little bit of a curl to replicate some of those strands that are poking up. And right here is another 8 chain strand, supposed to be like the top middle strand. It's supposed to curve over on this side. I honestly don't understand these type of hairs. It would bother me so bad if I had hair strands poking up like this on my head. And then lastly, we have this 12 chain strand on this side, starting over here, place it all the way down to create another hair strand that pokes out. And there you have it. This is the current update for the hair so far. Hopefully that makes sense. And here it is on the side profile. There we have it on the top. And there is the other side. So the back side is all plain. Next, we're just going to finish off with the high ponytail. So I'll be back with the last update. Hi guys, so we're back with the final update for Wei Wuxian. And here it is, the little ponytail on the back side. I gave it 3 little strands. It's a little bit wavy just because of my tension. And that's actually not a bad thing. I made his ponytail kind of short as well. But you can also make it longer if you want. Mine just happened to be short just because that's kind of all the yarn that I have. So this is like the length that I kept it at. It's not too short, it's like pretty much right where the hair cap ends. This strand is like kind of curling on right here, but then when you turn to the front side, I kind of like how it curls up. Then maybe I can like place this upward and try to make it look like there are strands poking out from the front, Can't really see it well from this view, but here it is again. Looks kind of wild in the back side, but yeah, I'm kind of happy with how it turned out. I also took this fire red yarn that I have left over and I tied a little knot on the back side to create like the long ribbon that holds his hair together. And as for where I sewed it on, it's on the third inner round. So you have round 1, 2, and 3, and on that third one, that's where I sewed on the ponytail right in the smack middle. So yeah, there we have it. Just a little strand like this, and there goes the back side. Looks kind of like a mess, but at the same time, it's not so bad. I'm pretty happy with how this one turned out. He has a really high ponytail too, so I tried to make it visible. It's not visible from here, but I think when I view it from the topwards, it's kind of visible. Either way, I really like how it turned out. I think it's fine for me. And this is my Wei Wuxian doll. And there you have it. We're gonna be... Okay guys, so now we're back with the next character, Lan Wangji. These are his legs right here. I'm using white for his entire legs, and most of his body will be white as well because his outfit is mainly white. And next I am creating this little skirt. Here is the skirt that will be joined on round 14. This is Arctic Ice by I Love This Yarn, and I'm still figuring out how long I want the skirt to be, so I will quickly join this and I'll be back with the next update. Okay, so here is the skirt joined to round 14. This is going to be the skirt that's on the bottom layer. He has this skirt that's like kind of like long, and then there's going to be like another layer with probably 3 little flaps placed on top of this, and I'm probably just going to glue it on because the rest of the body will just be created all in white. And here is just what it looks like so far, joined to round 14, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, I'm back with the next update. After attaching on the skirt, I did the rest of it in white, and then I did the head in Magnolia White for the skin color. For his iris, I'm giving him any yarn, which is supposed to be gold to represent the golden iris that he has, and I'm also giving him black cornered shape eyes because he is the top in this series, and he's also a very serious character as well. He doesn't really know how to take a joke, and he follows rules to the T, just the complete opposite of Wei Wuxian. So yeah, they make a really fun couple. They have like all kinds of little dramas and stuff, so I do recommend the series if you don't know it for some reason and you're watching this. And yeah, so here is the front side so far, here is the back side, and I'll be back with the next update. Hi guys, welcome back to the next update. So I am pretty much done with the body. Here is the layer that's underneath the little jacket that I've created for him. So first of all, we had the skirt, right? Which is down here, these little 3 flaps. I created 3 little white flaps to go on top of the skirt layer, and I simply glued them on, created the main piece in white, and then I took my smoke yarn and I glued an outline right around the edge of the rectangles, and I slapped on those 3, pinned them down, and glued them on. Next, we're moving on to this middle strap right here, which I'm calling the belt. I used white yarn, and for the top and bottom edges, I took my Arctic Ice yarn and I glued it along the edges. And in the middle of the belt, I glued 1 little strip of smoke colored yarn. And then on top of the chest area right here, which I'm going to be calling this the collar because I'm not really sure what to call it. And it's supposed to create like this illusion of his little outfit thing that he's wearing to show that there's little flaps folded in front of the shirt. The clothing flaps, if that makes sense. But yeah, this is used with smoke colored yarn. And yeah, it's pretty simplified. The arms, I am starting off with skin color right here, and I changed color to soft blue by I Love This Yarn. Both arms are the same. The sleeves won't be shown once I put on the jacket sleeves. The inner side, the inner part won't be shown, so it doesn't really matter what color you make it, but for the sake of the accurate details, I am using soft blue. So as you can see here, there's like multiple shades of blue going on, with smoke being the darkest blue, and then we have Arctic Ice, which is like another lighter shade, and then soft blue being a very prominent blue color. So I'm really happy with that detail. Here is what the side profile looks like. Here is the back side, and it's not really perfect right here, but it's okay because the jacket's going to be covering it, and you can see here on the other side. So yeah, I think I did the process very simply. For his hair cap, I am using black yarn and 4 inner rounds and 3 outer rounds. I'm doing 3 outer rounds because I will be adding ears to the doll. So real quickly, I'm going to be showing you this little jacket that I created. This is the inside. I'm using white, and on the outer edges, I am using the color Arctic Ice and gluing it along the edges right here up to the little corner and back down. Same thing for the other side, just gluing along the edges because I think there's like some details of colors there. So now I'm just going to be quickly putting this on. And so here is what it looks like with the jacket on top of him. Here's what it looks like on the back side. Now I'm going to be showing you the sleeves I created for the jacket. They're both white and I'm using the same soft blue yarn to glue on little details. I just simply took my fabric glue and just put some random swirls. And then I put some yarn on top of that. Then I snipped it off just to create tiny little details. So there we have it. And here's pretty much what the doll looks like with everything on him. And yeah, it's very simplified, but at the same time I really like the way it turned out. You can't really see his arms because of the sleeves. They're kind of long, they're kind of big, but it's okay. That's why the inner sleeves don't really matter here, but you know what? I really like how it turned out. Yeah, you can kind of see it right here on the back side, but no problem. The hair is going to be covering that. And I just want to say that really quickly. I just finished volume 1 of this series and it's so good. It is just wow. From this author, there's like 3 series that are really popular. This one's good. I've been enjoying it, but this series is really good if you're down in the dumps and you need some sort of light comedy. It's not really romantic. I wouldn't say it's romantic, but like hopefully it's gonna get there. There's not really much romance, but you can definitely tell there's some BL themes going on. And I love it so much. I just ship the characters and I just can't believe how much my personality feels like it relates to this dude right here, the one that I'm making right now. He's just so serious, but over time he kind of like adapts to the little jokes that this guy makes, and he even has like the jokes backfired on him, so it's just so good. Highly recommend the series. Oh my gosh. It's so good. Yeah. Anyways, back to the update. Hi guys, so real quick before I get started on the hair, I wanted to show you what I did with the head part first. I am giving him this little headband and it's in white, and then I placed on directly over the head and the hair cap as well, and I make sure to leave about 1 row of stitches above the eye. It's kind of covering it, but there's supposed to be 1 row where you can like see the space between the eyes and the headband, and there's like a little bit of gap too between the headband and the hair cap. And here's just kind of what it looks like along the side of the head. Try to make it even as possible. I also glued it down just to like secure it in place so it doesn't like shift and all that. And I also gave him a couple of ears, 1 on each side. So you just count 1, 2, 3, 4, and then count 1 row down. And that's where you put the ear. And the same thing for the other side. Then I took my soft blue yarn and I put a trace of the fabric glue on top of the headband, and then the soft blue yarn on top of that to create the little details on the headband. And that is the current update so far for the head. I'm now going to be creating the little hair strands and stuff, so I'll be right back. Hi guys, welcome back to the next hair update. So starting off with the front side, I'm using these 2 little slip stitch strands, and I started off by placing it in the middle on the last round of the hair cap. Placed it right here, and I kind of bent it a little bit right there. You can see it creates like a little crease on the top part. And then I'm putting a pin right here just to keep it secure there, so I'll probably put glue there as well. And then the rest of the strand, I tried to like make it straight to represent the long skinny bangs that he has going right down the side of his face. And so I did the same thing with the other side. Now turning this doll to the back side, we have some long half double crochet strands. I am putting the strands along the bottom side of the headband, and I try to make them like the same length as well. The pins are placed along here because that's where the glue is going to be at, and yeah, this is what it looks like so far. In terms of how I'm placing it, this one I'm placing it on this side right here where it's like kind of touching the arm. That's how I kind of know where to begin, and there's like a little bit of space right here because his hair does kind of tie back, I believe. So there's not any hair strands on the front side, it's just the back side only. Going all the way around, it ends on this strand on this side, which also pretty much touches the arm of this one, and that's how I know to finish. And I try to like wriggle it around just to make sure it's all evenly placed the way I want it to be. And the top part is empty so far, which I don't think I'll be filling it up at all. I will be giving him his little man bun right here. I'm gonna be right back. Hi guys, welcome back to the final update for Lan Wangji and his hair. So I went ahead and gave him his man bun right here, which I'm simply just going to be calling a bun. So I'm using black, and then I switched out to white yarn to create the illusion of the ribbon. And before that, I created the bun stick, which is like the little piece of hair accessory that he has that goes through the bun. I simply placed this on the 3rd inner ring. I put the stick down first, and then I put the bun on top of that, placed down some pins, a few of the pins to keep them in place, and then I took the little white yarn and then I sewed it down all around the little bun to keep it in place, and that's kind of what it looks like so far. I also bent down the little stick right here just to create that little shape of the hair accessory. Here's all the hair attached. Maybe I won't even add the ribbon tails because it's just the back side, so I'm not really too picky about the whole ribbon thing. I'm really happy with how the front part looks. It's a lot simplified, you guys think? And here we are back again with Wei Wuxian. His hair tie, I actually decided to remove the singular fire red yarn, and I actually went back and I chained it, created a little longer ribbon for his hair, and I tied a knot around. So there we go. He has his hair tie ribbon thing, whatever you want to call it. And there's the little curls on the top. These are the two characters right there. I'm so excited. We're finally done, and I am back from my hiatus, although I will probably be taking it slow because these dolls are a lot of work and it's really easy to get burnt out when making these dolls. The donations on Ko-fi, as it really helps fund my supplies, and I'll be back with another video soon. Bye!